Here I am, Leon C, aka Morpheus, and I got another powerful video for you, my American people, to empower you. And I got a little highlight, more information for you. And I have to say this because I understand that people are on edge. Okay, this is not anything about chastising or bantering or accusing anybody of anything. Okay, as you already know, Morpheus is based on positive empowerment and telling you the facts and the truth. Okay, it's about idealism, it's about optimism, it's about the facts. It's not about talking down at anybody, and it's not about being negative, because on this channel we don't talk about hatred and things that is an excursion to hatred or any insidious behaviors. So these things I have to bring up because I'm trying to help you. I am trying to ring the bell on the situations that we are in here in America. I hear these things on the news. I watch these things on the news. I watch these things on Discoveries. I do my research and my fact finding. Okay. And I get all my information from you and other people, whereas I'm able to boomerang it back at you to see what the problem is, because I don't want you to go down that path. Now, there was another video that I've just created. It's called, let me see if I can find it here, because I have it in my notes. It has a lot to do with the increasing rates of people who are committing suicide or murder suicides. And if I get this video, I think that'll give you a better idea. So give me a moment here so I can find it for you, because I want to make sure that it's okay. Hatred, road rage, and murder suicide. I pronounce it as MUR, suicide. Okay, hate, road rage, and murder suicide. If you want to look at that video, you can, because it relates to this one as well. Okay, but this one isn't going to be so long and so harsh. Okay, it's going to be very straightforward, because I got more information for you, because you didn't believe me in the last video. Some of you who probably watched the video was like, oh, he's just reading from, he don't know what's going on. He's just talking. He's just trying to, trying to broadcast and just trying to be. No. It has nothing to do with that. It's because we are in a dilemma here in America, in our lifestyle, that we don't realize that we are actually destroying ourselves from the inside out. We don't know how it happens, because I care about all men. And I don't want, when I mean men, I mean man and woman. When I say man, it's mankind is what I'm saying. Because I don't want you to be in those type of situations where you did not have a chance to hear somebody to tell you about your condition, or to help you deter if somebody else is in that same condition. Okay? Now, the big thing that we're having here in America is the feminist movement. Okay? Again, it's not an attack on the feminist movement. I am a voice to tell you that I see something ahead that could be a detriment for the entire country, or for everybody who is trying to come together as unity with this man-made construct of separation and segregation of what family really means, what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be concerned about each other. Okay? Because you women are saying that you are strong, you're independent, you can do it all by yourself. Okay, you don't need any assistance, and that's fine if you can actually do that. But there is a consequence, and I'm gonna make another video. And that video, I'm gonna tell you now, because I already have it in my head, is going to be consistent of the cost of power. It's going to be considered somewhere around that title, called the cost of power, when I'm going to go into the details of what I mean about that. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with you thinking the way that you want to think, because this video is not for bashing. Okay? This is basic conversation and saying, hey, I'm here to help you and trying to tell you about what I have found, if it should suit you or to help you. Now, I'm starting to do this every now and then, and I'm going to do some more, probably bring up some graphs and stuff like that. Now, I have here on basic news and structure where you can see, I'm going to try to bring it down for you a little bit, if you can see that right there. Okay, so I'm going to read some of that. Okay, for the basic woman who say, I don't need a man, or she wants to run and chase a career first, or She considers that she has her life in such a hard control where she puts her maternity or herself off on the shelf. But as I keep describing to you in every video, nature will not wait for you. Nature has its own authority and law that we must abide by. If we think that we can live unnaturally and we can get away with it, it's going to do some psychological damage to us. Now let me get to it. And I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read the most important aspects of it. And again, it is not pointing my finger and saying, oh, you feminists, and you know, it's your fault. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm doing is putting up the conditions of what you are willing to accept when you say, I want to do it all by myself and I don't need any help. Okay? Or you put yourself in this neutral set of thinking where you chase only career, where your job is more important, where you want to go out to the corporate world and wait to have kids. There are some people who can't have, there are some women who are actually maternal, and it catches up to them so fast where it blindsides them. It's like when if you're driving and you don't see any car that's coming this way and you're going forward, and it happens so fast where it's like an instant where it just it's like, wow, why did I think that way? Why do I feel like this all of a sudden? Because nature has a way of telling you, okay, that it is the boss and that you're not the boss. Now, here's the thing. Why I brought this up, because and they try to figure out, you know, why it happened, and they can't figure out the conditions and what she was thinking. No, Morpheus doesn't know what she was thinking. I'm looking at it from the outside family standpoint of view and her age, because they talk about her daughter is 5 years old. The girl is 31 years old with a 5-year-old daughter. So there are some girls who are smart enough. There are some girls who think, and this is not just Morpheus's voice. If you really want some reference, okay, listen. MGTOW, M-G-T-O-W, MGTOW, men going their own way. Okay, we oftentimes discuss the matters of how feminism gave women a false sense of authority over nature. We often talk about how women, generally a lot of women, like to hold back and wait for a certain time before they begin to want to be maternal or to have kids, because she is taught at the age of between 17, 18 and so forth that all she needs to do is work, make that money, go out here, you know, get a college degree, just get all these things that does not necessarily pertain to her natural nature as a maternal being. Okay, but it does apply, and it gives you a certain financial stability, and it does help you when it comes to finances and wealth and things of that nature. But I told you there's a consequence behind it that y'all not seeing, and I'm going to break it down. I don't know the girl personally, but I have to use this to awaken a lot of you who don't comprehend what Morpheus is fighting for. I am fighting to prevent this from happening, because I don't like to hear murder suicide. Okay, I don't like it when people go away without a voice. I don't like it when we read these things in the news, or we experience these things, or we know people who are going through this situation, and we look over it as if it's just another day, and a week goes past and we forget all about that person who just passed away. Morpheus wants to remember them by making sure that people who are above the ground don't make that same mistake. Yes, she may have had other reasons why she have decided to get rid of herself and her child. Yes, it could be a conglomerate of things. It could be an apparatus of issues. Okay? But we have to get down to the root of these issues like firefighters. Okay? We don't know specifically, or so I say, it's like this, yeah, a house may burn over here, that may burn over there, a car may burn. You got all these fires that have gone off at one time, but you have to go through the rubble, okay? to do the research to figure out what started that fire to begin with. So to do that, you got to respect the person as a human first. Morpheus respects people as a human. I respect that girl as a human and understand what she was going through. Okay? And at least try to use her experience to prevent things from happening, because this is not just today's news. I read another one for you just in that other video I just described to you. And I promised you, I told you that it was going to happen again. And you got this video now that it happened again. So it's becoming consecutive. It's happening all the time because nobody wants to be a voice for these people. Nobody wants to be a voice for those who are suffering in silence. People are suffering in silence because we don't care. Because we don't care to do the necessary work. I'm trying to block and prevent these things from happening to the lot of you who are walking around like this saying, no, that would never happen to me. Oh, I can do all this all by myself. I'm trying to tell you, that's the same as those people who drove out there in the middle of the intersection and they had a green light. That does not mean the person on the other side who has the red light is not going to, by accident, go through that red light and blindside you. That's what nature is like. I'm trying to tell you, it's a light bulb where you are laying down at night one time and you think that your life is good. Okay, you got your nightcap and you just resting, and all of a sudden nature begins to knock at your door, or it just clicks, something just clicks and snaps. You're like, oh my God, wait a minute. Why did I have that thought? Or, oh my God, I got an idea. Or, oh my God. When that happens, I'm trying to tell you that your life is like this. Nature comes at you this way. And you begin to realize the life you've been living was programmed by the environment that you're in. Morpheus is trying to prevent you from going up here and getting blindsided, okay, and end up in a situation where you're just lost. But if you face reality, if you comprehend that the root of the issue is what we've been ignoring this whole time, when nature comes or when life comes at you, you can meet it halfway. Okay? Because y'all have to understand, as women, y'all are maternal. As women, y'all have a task. As men, we have a task. And when we jump out of our nature and try to dive into something else because the society says so, Morpheus teaches this: just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. There's reasons why you should not. Okay, let's get into the psychology of this, because I can imagine how much of a smart girl she was. She did little, I think she did college and community college, as they said in the report. And yeah, she graduated from high school and all that stuff, but that doesn't equate to smarts. That just means that she had a potential to be financially well off and to take care of herself, because I can imagine what type of struggle it is. But you girls go through a lot of emotional issues that the environment and people paste over and just put a band-aid over it until things like this happen. We need to come together, okay, and figure out what the problem is, because I don't want to guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure when you open up your smartphone or when you watch the news or when you do your own just diligence or research, you might find this situation again. You're going to be like, another, I hate saying it, but it's just what it's called on the news, another murder suicide. And then you're figuring out, like, what happened? Why? Why is this happening? I've already told you in the other video, it's called hopelessness. I've already told you in the other video, it's because we are walking around like this, like, I don't care, it's her problem and it's not mine. No, it's our problem because it's happening consistently, and we should be compassionate to care about other people. Okay, we should be concerned about other people. I don't know that girl, but I'm concerned about what I can only imagine what she was thinking at that time. Okay, I can only imagine what type of pain she was going through. Now listen to this. I did a little calculation in math. I can imagine what she was 31 years old, right? Look at this. So that means she had a child or had her daughter at the age of around 27, 28, right? And typically that's already hitting the wall, because usually a girl around 27, 28, that's when her biological scale begin to decrease, the value of her youth, and she begins to go downhill. She's not so voluptuous, not so shapely like she need to be. I don't know what the girl looked like, but I'm going by the age itself. I'm just going by the calculation algorithms here. So 27, so that means she was out there really trying to do what she needed to do financially, that she held off for so long, and oops, here's this child all of a sudden at the age of 27, right? So it's already a stressful situation around that time, because usually somebody probably say, oh, you should wait, or maybe it was just, I love this person, and she had all kinds of psychological issues and pains that she was dealing with. Who knows? Okay, but that age would not be recommended, because here she was now 31 years old with a 5-year-old child. Okay, usually, again, by the age of 31 years old, if you have not did your study on a woman's biology, okay, she already hit the wall. Okay, by the age of 35, a woman is desperate. She needs to settle down. She needs to be with somebody who's applicable for herself. She needs to be entwined with somebody who is already going to be with her by that time for the remaining years of her life, to comfort her, to be there with her, to take care of her, the entire scenario. Age means a lot. Okay, it may not be fully significant to maybe the male part, okay, or the testosterone part, but to the female, it matters something. It does have a significance as to how long she's going to be youthful, or how long she's going to be able to carry her young looks and her cuteness, and be able to take care of her eggs and be a maternal mother. And I can imagine the biggest problem she probably had, okay, was the next calculation that she was probably thinking, that I got to be with this child for 18 years, which means I'm going to be 44 years old when this girl's going to be 18 or 19-ish, give or take. Okay. So 18 years old, now this lady's going to be like 44 years old with this 5-year-old child who's with her now. Okay. We have to understand that children are wonderful. We love kids. Okay. Kids, I have no issues with kids. They're innocent, and they are the future, as to why I've made that book specifically for children, to be able to create a future for them, that somebody here in this generation was fighting for the future of America's children. Okay, so that's why that book is there specifically. That's why I make these videos, is so we can get our act together for them. But for her, getting back to her story, I can imagine how much burden that she has. Now, it's no respect to her. It's no respect to her family. It's no respect to whatever mental issues that she may have. Okay? I am bringing this about concerning because murder-suicide is becoming consecutive. It's not her issue alone. It's becoming everybody's issue. It's becoming a consistent thing, where we ourselves are just living every day like everything is okay. Everything is fine. Oh, their problem is their problem. Oh, so what? We're not concerned about it. It's just their big deal. Listen, these girls are growing up without being mentally prepared or taught properly as to what they will face in their years per 27, 31, and 44. Should they have a child at those particular age ranges. Okay, it is the mother's task and the father's task, okay, to teach these girls the truth and the fact, to say, hey, after a certain age, when you have a child at this age, you need to be here. Okay, or if you have a child at this certain age, this is what you're going to expect. Okay, but us as parents, we're too ignorant right now. We're just like, oh, that she don't want to listen to me. She's a grown girl. She can do whatever that she wants to do. It doesn't matter. She's 19 years old. She decided to get her own apartment and live with this guy, and she's out there going to IU or Penn State, or Wesleyan University or something like that. No, she's good, and you think everything is fine. Okay. But you never take the time to realize that she has a universe going on up here. She has a world outside of your world going on up here. And y'all never take the time to sit down and say, honey, talk to me. It's almost like that movie Medea, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, if a lot of you have watched that movie. And I like giving you references like that because it's something that you can rely on. If y'all never watched it, you should watch it. Maybe on Blu-ray, or you can bring it up on Netflix or something like that. Watch the scene when I can't remember what the girl was, but the girl who got kicked out of the house, and she went to the nursing home where her mom was. Her mom was in the nursing home at the time that Charles put her in. I think that's what his name was. Okay. And she sat down on the bed, and her mom was sitting there on the chair. Okay. And she was knitting. And her mom said something like, "Honey, what's wrong?" And the girl tried to play it off like some of you girls do. "No, I'm tough. I'm hard. I'm okay. I'm fine, Mom. I'm okay." You know, I'm just trying to play it off, right? And the mom, when she's supposed to be the mom of the house, who's maternal, who's supposed to be the guidance of women, like men are as well, supposed to be the one to say, she's supposed to be so full of instinct and awareness where she knows something's wrong with her daughter, even if her daughter don't tell her that. Okay? So what ended up happening was, she said, "I know something's wrong. Don't lie to me." She said, "Don't you lie to me." She said, "What's wrong, honey? What's wrong? Don't lie to me." Okay, then the daughter began to break down. She began to break down and say, "Well, Mom, he hurt me. He hurt me, Mom." And the conversation began. Okay, so at the end of their conversation, actually in the middle of their conversation, when they were talking, she was able to go over there to her mom, okay, and relay some of her emotions there. And her mom was able to coerce her and say, "No, it's okay, baby. You know, God is the head of you, and can't no man break you down," and things of that nature. So she was always trying to support her daughter. Okay? Regardless of what she was talking about. Now bring that to this situation with her. If she had a father in her life, I don't know. Okay? If her mother was there in her life, I won't know. Okay? But we have to use this as an example. We have to use this as an example of what happens when you disconnect yourself with your child or with other people, and you think that they're okay. You think that they're fine. And I'm all right when I take care of myself. Okay? As what I do on an everyday basis, I would consider myself to be okay. Okay? I could be better, but I'm all right. But there's been so many times where I have had conversations with someone, either in the family circle or outside the family circle, and they automatically assume, the first thing they think is, "Oh, well, you're a strong black brother. You can handle it. You're fine. You're okay. Just suck it up and you can keep on going. You're just fine." Not even a moment's conversation about the issues that I could possibly have personally. Okay? I could be going through something in family, church, other people, and the outside public. "Oh, you're okay. You're a strong built black brother. Look at you. You're fine. You're okay. You're good. Go on out there." Right? As if I'm made out of steel. As if I don't bleed. As if I don't cry sometimes. Okay? So we have that bad habit of going by, and just because somebody looked like they're okay, that doesn't mean they're okay. Because her daughter was sitting on that bed when she was talking to the mother in that movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, okay? And her mother, she had her straight dress on and she looked like her hair was done. But the mother could pick up and sense, "Honey, what's wrong? Come talk to me. Come talk to me. No. Don't try to, you can't pretend with mommy. You cannot pretend with mom. Come talk to me." Okay? We have lost those instincts here in America. We have lost concern for each other, where we read stuff like this on the news every day and, "Oh, it's okay." The next week we forget about them. "Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That just happens. This is every single day. It's not me. It's not my 5-year-old daughter." A lady, my American people, just did a murder and suicide on herself and her 5-year-old daughter. That doesn't concern you? Wouldn't you want to get down to the root of it and say, "Let's figure this out"? Because Although the media sometimes put things up there to deceive you and to bypass things, and they're very deceitful in their behavior. Okay, everyone knows that the media could be a very good platform to mind wash you and to change the speculation of your thoughts, but there are some things that are real. There are some things that are actual factual. Those are things, there's some things that's just the way that it is. And it's just, when it's in front of us, we just have a hard time believing it. It's like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, whatever. And we go by our every single day until it happens to us. Until we are the ones in the front page of the news. Until we are in that condition. This girl was probably suffering alone. Mind you. Okay, she was probably pretending like everything's okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm an independent girl. I can do it all by my own. Okay? And a woman, usually when that child is young, I can imagine her being torn between ex-boyfriend and, new boyfriend and that sort of thing, whatever that situation could be. Okay? It could be hard for a girl at the age of 31. Now, if you don't want to believe in what I'm saying, you don't have to. Do your research. Okay? Actually look at I don't refer people to other people's channel. Okay? Even though maybe in the future I'll do that if there's some type of collaboration, if it works out that way. But I do have evidence, okay, that there is other platforms that are actually discussing that those age ranges, okay, are a paramount of destruction. Okay, 31 years old with a 5-year-old child is really not a good position to be with. And we already, Maytal and men here in America already know that dating a single mom is a bad thing to be as it is. I can imagine how many guys who have probably ran through her. I can imagine how many guys probably tried to be with her when she was the age 26 and 27 and she had that oops situation. Okay, I can imagine how desperate she felt having this 5-year-old child. She's 31 years old and she has 44 years of age to look forward to without any stability or someone not wanting to be in her world. Which I can calculate that and say, if someone was to teach this girl, if we was to build the compassion like we are supposed to for our people, okay, and to support them with mommy, with grandma, with daddy, and with grandpa, this would never happen. It will never happen. Okay? Grandpa, grandma, daddy, or boyfriend and husband can take that burden off of her shoulders. Do you understand? And they can camp around her when she is in a depressive state of mind, in a suffering state of mind. And she's going through personal matters where she can rely on other people to support her. Because sometimes people make mistakes. It probably was an oops situation. Sometimes people just bring on unnecessary labor on themselves because of the lack of knowledge. She didn't know. But if mom was doing her job, if dad was doing her job, if grandma was doing her job, if they were reading, watching, and listening to Maytal, if y'all were comprehending what us men are trying to tell you, we can prevent our daughters and our sons from doing things like that. It's happening all the time because there's no mommy or daddy at home who don't give a about these people, about their own offling. Even if she say, no, I'm okay, I'm an independent girl, I can handle it, you still need to ask Grace, no, sit down. Sit down. Not because they look good, but because your knowledge, but the fact is we don't have it. So what can we tell our daughters and our sons? What can we tell them, people who are going through something in their mind to where they feel so hopeless, where they got to kill themselves and their child with them? Shouldn't your heart be going out? You should be like, you should be feeling for this situation. We should be mourning for her. We should be mourning for all people who put themselves in that situation because we just don't care. We're quick to just look at, oh, it don't matter. We could just look somewhere else. Oh, I'd rather watch Netflix. It's not my problem. I can guarantee you right now, like I told you in my other videos, there are probably millions of people right now that probably sitting down watching Netflix and television or going to the theater to be entertained by some movie that's just going to occupy them for an hour and a half. They're not trying to listen to real talk like this. They don't know anything about Morpheus or Leon C. Okay? They'd rather sit there and eat popcorn and think that their life is paradise until they end up being the same people on the front page of the news because nature caught up with them and blindsided them. My fight, why I create these videos, I am a fighter for life. Do you understand? I am here to prevent this stuff from happening. I cannot do it with my bare hands. I can't do it alone. All I could do is give you the information that I can, as best as I can. Do you understand? And all it takes is for you to listen. If you like it, you subscribe it, and you send it. The more you send it out there, the more you put it out there, you can bring that awareness to everybody else who have daughters and sons at home, who is out there during summertime having a little barbecue and they think everything is fine, but their daughter is in a room on Instagram, Skype, Facebook, and whatever else that she's doing. Okay, and the mom and dad ain't even giving a doggone crap about asking her, honey, are you okay? Let me sit down and talk to you about womanhood. Let me tell you about some of these movements that are going on. Let me tell you about Maytal. Let me tell you about the feminist movement. Let me tell you about some transgenders, because you need to know about them since they are here in America. Okay, let me teach you about them. When you are able to bridge that into your child or yourself, if you need it, okay, or you have better awareness of what's going on in your environment, where you can be a provider and a helper to prevent situations like this young girl passing away like that. Because that could be your daughter, that could be your son, heck, that could probably be you. But if somebody is watching this video and you probably didn't watch it, could you imagine if they were able to comprehend what I am saying and you don't know that I'm saying this to them, and they come to you and they say, talk to me, let's have a conversation, are you okay? What's going on? You know, what's going on in your life? You be like, oh, I can do it all by myself. They say, yeah, you can, but listen, if you need me, here's my cell phone number. Call me. I'll be right here. Or, oh, you got your 5-year-old daughter? You don't have to do that. I'll watch your daughter for you. You don't have to struggle with daycare, which is overly expensive. You don't have to worry about being at fear that somebody's going to hurt your daughter or your son, okay, because you can't trust anybody anymore. I will help you. I'll support you, okay? You don't have to worry about thinking that you have to suffer or by yourself, because I will be here. I'm a phone call away. I'm a phone call away. Then you'll be like, wow, why is this person thinking like, okay, what is your motive? What do you want from me? You want money? Or for some of you girls, oh, you want sex? Or for some of you guys, you think you got it made too. For some of you, oh, no, man, I got it, man. I'm cool, man. I got it, right? You start thinking, what's your motive? What's your motive, man? What's up with this? What? Then, when you begin to realize that this is serious, that this is prevented. Listen, these videos are preventative measures before it happened. Because when those officers came to her house, it was too late. The 5-year-old daughter was dead. The mom was dead. Simple as that. You can't fix it after that. Okay? You have to understand that compassion is a practice. Knowing the road ahead that's going to happen for these children, especially these girls, because listen, dating is different than what it used to be for your daughters. Do you understand? Us men aren't the same like we used to be. Even I myself, I'm trying to tell you now, I'm not going to get with a 31-year-old girl with a 5-year-old daughter. It's not going to happen. Yeah, the kids are cute. Okay, I love playing. Yeah, we can run outside and throw balls. You know, we can go to the swings. We can go to the park. All that great stuff. I don't have a problem with the children, but it is a labor. It is a disservice, and because of the failing marriages, and because of the daughter or even the son not knowing what relationships take, the mode, I can say specifically for myself, so it will be the daughter, don't know what it takes for the relationships to float, okay, I wouldn't want to involve myself in it. So therefore, she will be 31, 32, 33, 34, okay, without a significant relationship, because she won't know why. Now she's suffering all by herself, or he's suffering all by himself, but that'll be a different story. But it's based on her because it's her story. So she's suffering her by herself and thinking that it's all on her shoulders. Then when you have an environment of deadhead people who are saying, oh, you're fine, you're good. Oh, yeah, your 5-year-old daughter is cute, but keep it up. You're strong. You can handle it. And then here we go on the news. You're like, God, what happened? That's what happened. You closing your eyes and being ignorant, that's what happened. Us not comprehending that we need to know what's going on with reality so we can prevent these things from happening. Because if we are, listen, if we're not in the mode to prevent people from hurting themselves and others like that, then we are the ones who are actually condoning it. Because we have all the information that we need. We're too busy wanting to eat popcorn at a theater or go out golfing somewhere. Oh, I'd rather go to a football game. That's what I'm all about, man. Yeah, man, it's all basketball, man. That's my team. Yeah, let's do the Lakers, dude. That's what's up, dude. And you got all these people out here in America who are suffering in silence. Morpheus cannot fight this battle alone. Do you understand? I can only do everything that I can to tell you this is what I see. Even if that's not the case with this girl, even if it was a different story with this girl, I am doing the work and the fight to at least get down to the root of this problem and dig my hands in here to figure out how we can prevent this from happening again and again and again and again. It's being condoned because nobody wants to do the work. Because we're too blind, we're too much in ourselves. Here I am. Yeah, here I am. You know, Google. Yeah, who am I, Google? It's my who's the beautiful of all, Google? Who am I? It's my life. It's all about me. Yeah, I love you. You love me. I love you too. Yeah, you love me. I'm the greatest. While somebody's over here suffering. And all it takes is for one person, usually one person, to say, "Are you okay? Come on, are you okay? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Just sit, let's talk." Because it takes something extreme. No. Let me take that back. No, it doesn't. Because then I'll be going past my psychology training and my training of the mind and the functions of the spirit and the inner self. No. That's not true. It takes consistent pressure, consistent ignorance. It takes consistent negative seeds for people to get to that point where it's a murder suicide. That's why I call it murder suicide, because I don't like saying that word. Okay, especially not on my channel. We're positive here. I don't like saying it, but that's just the story. Okay, so that means that she and everybody else that keeps doing that was this little bitty seed that people like you and me allowed to continue to go in that person's life, continue to burrow itself in that person's heart to where they feel so hopeless, where they feel like the only hope that they ever have, the only way out is the only way out. Because we are Americans, right? Because we're the land of the free. We love each other, right? We got all this power and technology. We got all these smartphones, all these doctors, all these people with PhDs, all these people so capable. where young women like this are not getting the information that they need. I told you, if you want to get me fired up, if you really want to get me fired up, and I think you can refer this to my other videos, when it comes to saving people's life, Morpheus is serious about that. Okay, I don't play no games. I'm at zero tolerance at all. If you don't understand that, okay, this is not the channel for you. Okay, we got to stop this stupid stuff. People are living a hopeless life, and we are supposed to be so well endowed. How in the world can we be at home in the comfort of our warmth with our wife or our husband and our kids, and people are out there feeling hopeless enough to eliminate themselves and their children at the same time? Aren't you understanding that this is not the only story? There was another story where there's a woman who had 5 kids in her car, her van. I think some of you may know this. What did she do? She tried to drown them and herself at the same time. Some of them have succeeded. In a car full of kids, and she just, boom, right there in the middle of the ocean to get rid of her burden that she should not have had to carry on her own. I don't know how many people here are in America, but I'm pretty sure they might be in the trillions or the billions. I don't know. I haven't did my research on it. Frankly, I don't care. I know it's a lot of people. I know it's enough people that where one family, one person should not have to suffer alone. Most times you go into a city or a town or a place, you got you got like 9 churches on one corner block before you even get to the gas station. What are those churches doing for ladies like her? It didn't prevent it from happening. All that didn't stop. Nothing did it. Because the only thing that's going to prevent this stuff from happening is when you act. We're going to have to participate. We're going to have to be active in helping people in situations like that. Praying about it ain't going to do it. When you know people in that situation, when you know people that you are affiliated with, when you have an idea that it's going on, all it takes for you to say, baby, come talk to me. Let's have a conversation about this. I'll be your shoulder. What's wrong? And not just try to patch it up and say, oh, you'll be okay. I gave you like $1,000. You'll be fine. You know, you got this government assisted program that'll help you for a temporary time. You know, I'm going to pitch you in some type of psychological, a council meeting. You're going to be okay every now and then for a time, but her pains is still not going to go away. That doesn't solve the situation. What solves the problem is people themselves. I get mad when I hear about this because it does not have to happen. But every time each one of you say, oh, it's going to be okay, let's pray about it, she's going to be just fine. No, she's making $9 million a year. She's going to be good, right? But at the end of the day, she's still a woman. Apparently, age 27, she had the child. Age 39, okay, that's when the issue happened, because she wasn't going to do it at age 44. Because half of you can't even imagine what it will be like being 44 years old with an 18-year-old child who you know will constantly be coming back at home and needing your help, because the way America is being consistently made, that nothing is stable anymore. But you know that that's what's going on with your kids and your daughters and do nothing about it. So my condolences to her and her family. My condolences to all the families who had to deal with somebody in a murder-suicide situation. Morpheus apologizes. I don't know you, but my heart does go out. I'm doing what I can to prevent this from happening. Hopefully people who are watching this video is waking up. I don't have to know you to care about you. We don't have to be affiliated. Somebody has to come and pull this stuff and change it. Someone has to do the job. This is my, no, 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 no. This is our video. I am your voice. Leon C, aka Morpheus. I didn't give you the red pill because I'm too pissed off to give it to you. You got my links down there in the description box below in my book. 2020, America has to rise or we're going to fall hard. Just because those situations aren't you on the front page of the news don't mean it cannot be you. Because that same measure, when you ignore the same person, could be the same thing that happened to you. We need to start bringing compassion and concern back to our hearts and to humanity.